Hello and welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2, and this will be part 24. In the previous episode we entered the Neverwinter district. We spoke to Deacon, the kobold, and we learned about the fact that Nishka's associate, or former associate, Lelden, could be found by speaking to a father from the Moonstone Mask, which we haven't done yet. And then, of course, we went into the Temple of Tian to get an idea for what Kelgar would need to do if he wants to join the Order of Tyr. So, finally we can go in and say hi.
So, Cormac tells me you're largely responsible for clearing the docks of undesirables. In an uncompromising fashion. It seems your approach has only provoked Moya's gang into retaliating. Last night, they attacked the Watch directly.
The cowards put one of our posts to the torch, killed Lieutenant Rowe. They attacked us for doing our duty.
The lieutenant was a good man. His post at the docks was a difficult one, but he kept the peace, with an understanding that perhaps too much justice only causes more unrest.
He was too soft on them. I say we get the Watch to round up every bastard at the docks until we get these killers.
The Watch will act, Marshal. But more force will not root them out. We will need time and patience. We need to rebuild our presence in the docks, and send the message to Moya and her cutthroats that we will not back down. To do this, we need someone with unflinching dedication to the laws of Neverwinter. And that is why I summoned you here. I would like you to take Lieutenant Rowe's place. Despite your foul approach to the situation at the docks, I think your promotion will send a strong message to the lower and upper quarters of the city.
By saying foul approach, he's obviously referring to the fact that we actually dealt with some of the so-called watchmen. And she's not overly happy about the fact that we did that, but if you have a city watch that will turn their backs when innocents are getting hurt because they've been paid, you may as well not have a watch at all. So, anyway, let's just be fully... I'm honored by the request, Captain, and the chance to serve Neverwinter.
Very well. I think the Watch will benefit from your experience. And your social graces, it seems. Marshal Cormac has told me of your interest in Black Lake. You may wish to reconsider your intention to go there. Perhaps you haven't heard of the murders there. Another nobleman has been killed. Gentry was but the first. I will permit only the most trusted of the Watch to enter Black Lake. Serve me well, and I shall grant you access, but not before.
Except, what must I do?
We cannot attack Moya's gang directly. They have no base. So we must target their operations instead. Bleed them of gold and men until they have nothing left. The situation at the docks is in danger of becoming worse. What was at first opposition from Moya and her gang is threatening to become all-out war. I had thought they would not risk drawing blades against us in the streets. But through our informants, we've discovered that they are actually smuggling in a cache of weapons to do just that. They are planning for a fight. And if the reports on the number of weapons coming in are true, then the Watch will quickly be outmatched.
And my orders are?
Stop the shipment and put an end to the smuggling for good.
You are the only one we can trust for the job. Many of the Watch in the docks district tend to turn a blind eye when coin is involved.
And they should be rounded up as well.
One problem at a time, Cormac. By the time we've dealt with the smuggling, perhaps then the costs of the Neverwinter reconstruction will be reduced, which should allow us to pay watchmen their rightful salary.
Oh, indeed. Because it is the lack of coin, not loyalty. That is the problem. Is that it? Maybe your eyes are blinded by coin too, Captain?
You are the short-sighted one, and your blindness is that of a stubborn mule. This is not a black and white matter, Cormac. The docks are the only revenue source from trade we have. We cannot even patrol the roads for merchants to feel safe. So we need every watchman, even if only as a presence there.
We do not need those scarecrows. Those turncloaks are boils on Neverwinter's name, and they'll give every thief in the city an open door to our throat. If we allow them to become any more blind for every gold coin, we might as well throw down weapons now.
And what do you propose, Cormac? With the funds being diverted to reconstruction, The pittance a watchman makes is temptation for anyone to look for gold elsewhere. We must make do until reconstruction is finished, no matter what it takes.
If there are traitors in the watch, we should arrest them at once.
At least someone is speaking sense.
Silence, Cormac. Enough of this. I think we can at least agree on who should tackle this matter. Lieutenant, you have proven yourself to us, and you have done so at great personal risk, as you are no doubt marked for death by Moya and her gang.
How reassuring.
Lieutenant, if you do not help us take steps to stop these thieves now, before they can gather their network, they will not let you go in peace. With Ro's death, I am certain they have us all targeted for the same fate. But stopping this operation may come with benefits. Whatever you confiscate from the smuggled goods can be used to build up the presence of the Watch in the Docks district.
And any watchman found aiding these thugs should be dealt with. We need no division in our ranks.
The smuggling operation is your assignment, Lieutenant. I want that dealt with. Once the smugglers at the docks have been brought to justice, I think we will need to fear little in the way of future bribery attempts. Although there are times when bribery can work to our advantage as well.
Our informant left word that the shipment will be smuggled through the back alley in the docks. We need you to go in and stop the weapons from reaching their destination.
Be careful once you're in. The back alley is infested with petty criminals and alley bashers. Now hurry. That shipment must be stopped.
Anyway, as I was trying to say is, in games like these, when they say that you need to hurry, you can go and take your time, doing a bit of sightseeing, do some side quests, do whatever else you might want to do, and do it at your leisure. Whatever it's called. I'm fairly sure Baldur's Gate was directly timed so you could actually fail certain quests if you spend too long time doing other things.
My Lord Nasher, I came as soon as I received your summons.
Ah, Sir Naval. We were just speaking of you. These men are from the Trade Guild, and I was telling them of the Watch's successes at the docks. And they were about to tell me of their renewed efforts to ensure new ships in the harbor this season, to compensate for the loss of overland travel.
The season has been a lean one for Neverwinter, my lord. The citizens will be pleased to see more ships in the harbor and the cargo they bring.
Quite right. Thank you for your efforts, Sir Naval. Congratulations are in order for you and the Nine.
My Lord Nasher, I shall pass along your praise to the Watch. I believe much of their recent success is the result of our new recruits.
So be it, Naval. After the war with Luskan and the Plague, it is good we can finally turn our attention to where it belongs, and the certain matter of back taxes owed at the harbor.
Of course, my Lord Nasher. With your leave, I will return to my duties.
You may go, Naval. After all, the Guild and I have much to discuss.
So, that was a quick little intermission. We got to have a look at Lord Nasher, how he looks in this game, and I can't say I'm a fan of it. I know he's the ruler of Neverwinter and all that kind of stuff, but I think that crown makes him look a bit too high and mighty, perhaps? I don't know. It's just a personal thing.
We came at once when we received your summons, Lord Garius. At such distances, I did not realize your aspect could...
Shadows grant many gifts, Torio, but time is short, and the longer we speak, the greater the chance of detection. Torio informed me of your troubles in infiltrating Black Lake Lawn, so I am sending assistance.
Has she?
The Sea Ghost sails from Luskan to the docks of Neverwinter, carrying allies of our cause.
Allies, my lord?
Yes. I have dispatched agents to assist your infiltration of Black Lake, Torio. Unless you disagree.
Not at all. But I had hoped for the chance to see to the matter personally, without...
I only need more time, my lord. I will find a way past Blacklake's walls.
No, Lorne. You will be needed elsewhere to deliver a message for me to our other allies to the east.
I could spare one of the Circle of Blades, my lord. They are eager for work, both in infiltrating Blacklake or sending word to the orcs.
No, it is not an assassination I need, Lorne. Only your presence. You will be escorting some of our priest allies, who, like the orcs, require a more personal touch.
We are sending the Shadow Priests to Old Owlwell?
As for you, Torio, watch for the Sea Ghost. I shall be in contact with you shortly before its arrival.
A bit ominous. There's one thing I forgot to do here in the docks. I should probably wait with this so we get some action in this triple part. Yeah, I can do it later. It's not something I have to do now. It's okay. It's just when there was chat with Nishka and one of Leldon's associates in a previous episode. Eleni mentioned something about having said to go and speak to the druids, and we hadn't actually had that conversation, which I think is a bit of an interesting thing that she would say such a thing when it's not actually a thing we have experienced. Remember that
Don't
wagon?
think you're gonna talk your way out of this one, Wolf. This is our territory, and your little army of beggar children has to pay its due.
Us kids are just sticking together, trying to make a living. But we don't bow to no one.
You're going to work for us now, boy.
Please, Da, don't beat me. I promise I won't drop the basket again.
What?
I try my best, honest I do. Just don't beat me like Emma. She can barely walk on that leg now.
Look at the poor boy. Someone ought to...
It's not like that at all. This boy is well, he's a thief.
Let the boy go.
Don't tell me you believe him.
Dropping a basket is wrong, he tells me. You can get a good thrashing for that, like most everything.
What are you planning to do to this boy of yours?
Diplomacy, you know this can't end well. Let him go now.
You walk away this time, Wolf. This time.
That's right. You run. Are you alright, lad?
I'll be fine thanks to you, kind strangers. Especially you.
As I was trying to say and got so rudely interrupted by a wolf. Well, I tried to come up with something funny to say about that, but I failed. Anyway, I was saying something about wagon. We stopped some of the thieves from moving this wagon, and if we checked the wagon, we would get a chaotic point. Just quick saving to be absolutely sure. Indeed, this was the content of the wagon. The wagon's missing, but the content's still here, and we can now happily pick it up without being given chaotic points. So, yeah. I don't know whether that was intentional or was a bug or whatever, but yeah. Anyway, let's get some action this episode. Are we looking for experience? Still a bit to go. Sorry about that, a little mishap. These crates, when you loot them, they will have random items in them, and you can actually, if you so desire, keep reloading until you get something you actually want, which I think is a bit... it's not something I want to do, but it is a thing you can do if you play this game. There are certain items which will be fixed. They will always be available in the same locations, in the same chests, things, whatever, in every single game, but random crates like this will have a random loot. So, So, I'm having a very good recording session today. It's not going my way. You've been most helpful, Watchman. Consider this gold a gift from friends, something to show you our appreciation for all your work. Well, we're just doing our duty, keeping the peace. That's what I like to hear. Remember that no one past you. It's for their own protection. Don't worry, we'll keep our eyes open. Stop right there. The air is close. Oh, sorry, didn't notice the uniform. It's in my backpack, so I don't blame him. Who is that man you're talking to? Just a grateful citizen expressing their appreciation for the work the watch does. Looks to me like you're taking a bribe. Well, now it's dark out. It's dark out. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. An honest member of the watch would never accept a bribe. Things are just fine, so we won't be needing any extra watchmen tonight. Why don't you go find somewhere to relax for your shift? We won't say anything. That's kind of you, but I have things to take care of here. Look, I'm trying to be nice here, but we don't need you. I'm sure Cormac or Brelaina can find other duties for you tonight. We're on the same side, remember? This is why I'm trying to keep you out of trouble. Now, get out of here. We have 4 options. Try to stop me now, I'll arrest you. I don't know if that works or not. Intimidate, which we suck at. Diplomacy, which we're great at, and it's the softy way, especially considering the fact that I was saying something about watchmen being present is not a watch at all if they're not upholding the law, and these guys obviously been bribed. Or I can pay them 100 gold in order to get past. Try to stop me and I'll have to arrest you. I gave you your chance, and now I'll have to deal with you. I'll just report you that you were working for more and had to stop you. You're under arrest for obstruction and accepting a bribe. You make a mistake. Come on, men, let's see how well the watch has been training you recruits.
Give me a moment, and this'll all be over.
I did say something about cleaning out the watch. Going the diplomatic route and letting them get away with it just felt wrong, so I could very easily have persuaded them to let us in, but it just, as I said, it felt wrong, especially based on the fact that I said that this Scarecrow watch is worse than not having any watch at all. So, there's bound to be a fight up here. Let's see. Oh. For someone in normal clothes, that's usually a caster. Let's say hi. Oh.
I shall be victorious!
You shall be victorious, indeed. Come on. Especially when you get knocked down. And of course, sneak attacks all over the place. Always lovely. So, welcome to Sneak Attacks. Some of the earlier episodes of my Neverwinter Nights series will know that I had a huge issue with rogues because of their sneak attacks and because of the way that later editions of Dungeons & Dragons considered enabling rogues to do sneak attacks. In my time when I was playing pen and paper Dungeons & Dragons, a rogue had to actually be directly behind their target in order to do extra sneak attack damage, but that is no longer the case, and as long as you are not showing full attention to a target, that apparently means you're flanked and they can do their sneak attacks. And I hated that mechanic in Neverwinter Nights, and I hate it in Neverwinter Nights 2 as well, but I will just mention how much I dislike that mechanic once and not make a mention of it, but it's going to bite me, and it's going to annoy me, and it's going to frustrate me, and probably going to require quite a few reloads. But such is life. It's interesting, an interesting observation, because of course these guys are rogues, or they wouldn't have sneak attacks, so they have some sort of rogue type in order to get sneak attacks, but they also make use of knockdown, which is, it's not surprising that it is a rogue would have it.
Sorry.
For Merdelaine and all within it.
The surprising thing is more the fact that it is strength based, so the strength of your character versus the strength of your target will determine or will help determine the success in causing knockdowns. Considering that this character is a strength of 16, which of course rogue will have no use for strength, and these guys still have the strength necessary to prevent her from resisting being knocked down. It's just an interesting observation. I don't know the stats on these guys, and I could probably find some source of information of how they are statistically set up, but it just seems a bit awkward. So, never mind. I hate rogues in this game. Well, I don't hate rogues. I hate the way they handle the ability to do sneak attacks. Let's go for a minute or two more. See if we can find some experience, find some loot. Let's definitely some loot. Hey, no. Anything else of note? Might be something behind here. Not entirely sure. No. No. Yeah. There's a lot of scoop up there. Anyone else around here? Just check them up. Obviously. Where are we fighting from? Oh, there. See if I can get this off. Wasn't. Okay, well, it's the signature, but apparently I still got his spell off, so can we kill him, please? Sorry, yet another editing cut. Not a good day for me to record, I think. Whatever the case, I will end this part here, and when we come back, we are going to clear the rest of this back alley and try to see if we can prevent that weapons shipment from reaching the destination it is trying to reach. That will have to be for next time. As for now, thanks for watching. Take care. See you then. Bye bye.